Good afternoon, and welcome to It's All About Choices, Nutrition, and Weight Loss, where you make the decision to take action regarding your weight, your health goals, and I help you to decide the best choice for you. So every Tuesday, I have the pleasure of dishing out your daily dose of nutrition, wellness news, and mindful news that will benefit both your mind, your body, and your soul. I'm really excited. So I hope everybody is having a wonderful day. I hope you all had a wonderful weekend so far. And today in Orlando it's raining all day. So tomorrow we're going to have a quote unquote cold front. So we may reach maybe the mid 60s tomorrow. So that's what's going on here in Orlando. But I thank you all for tuning in live with me, taking time out, having a little lunch break just to kind of take in some news that will help benefit both you and your family. And I thank you for those who listen to the replay who pause and take a break to kind of, take in some news. And so while people are chiming in, I am going to get my windows open. Had a little technical difficulties right before. And so while people are chiming in, let's see here. I am going to get my. There we go. I had my PC restarted on me. Isn't that lovely? It restarted right when I was getting ready to hit the live button. Restarted on. And then on top of that, when it came back up, it asked me, did I want to upgrade to Windows 11? No, not really. Not at this time. When it came back up. So that is how that started. So we are on live. And as you tune in, definitely please say hello to me and just say where you're calling in from, where you're tuning in from. And so we are starting a new theme today. I'm really excited. This is a very pertinent, I think, topic where we are trying to lose weight or we're trying to eat healthy, but why is it so hard? Why is it so hard to make these changes? Why is it so hard to get the weight off? And today we are going to talk specifically about eating low carb, okay? Eating low carb, you've made that decision, you've made some changes, but the weight is not coming off, okay? So if that sounds like you, wave your hands, post, that's me. But eating low carb, the struggle is real. It's real. And prior to the holiday season, many of us are trying to keep tighter controls on the carbs because we know we're going to get introduced with a lot of carbs that we don't normally have during the year. And so we're trying to kind of curtail it early. One sign, though, that your body may need a reset is when you are experiencing low energy, and when your energy is low, guess what? The weight is not going to come off, okay? If we don't have enough energy, it's just not going to come off. Feeling tired at the end of a long day, yeah, sometimes it's normal, but a constant rundown and feeling exhausted to the point where you just don't want to do anything but crawl into your bed on a regular basis, that part of it is not normal. And so if you're waking up tired, even if you've had 7-8 hours of sleep, your body is telling you, that is a sign that your body is screaming out to you that it needs more support. And when I say more support, it means more nutrition. So grab a pen, grab some paper. You definitely don't want to miss these common mistakes, 3 common mistakes that are made when you're trying to lose weight that will decrease your energy levels and that will, and then how you get out of this vicious cycle, okay? Think of weight loss, weight gain cycle. And so for those who do not know me, my name is Sandra Goltry. I am a registered dietitian. I'm also a certified personal trainer, and I do serve as a health coach for many of my clients. And my goal is simply to help you to achieve your weight, your health, your life goals without feeling deprived, without feeling like you have to give up a whole bunch of stuff. And you don't want to feel like you're on a diet, okay? You want this to be enjoyable. We only have one shot at this life, right? And so I want to help you to feel good about yourself by showing you how you can get your energy back so that you can enjoy the things that you enjoy doing and not ending your day exhausted to where you have zero motivation to do anything. All right. So simple as that. So as people are chiming in, please say hello. Let me check for some comments. Well, hello from Tallahassee. Merry Christmas, my cousin Lewis. Thank you. And what's the weather like there? Is it feeling like winter? Because it's like 70s here. So is it feeling like winter there? Tallahassee is pretty known for having 4 seasons. All right. And so as people are chiming in, like I said, feel free to say hello to me. I love engagement. I love engagement. So I'm hoping to get a lot of engagement today on this topic. And so the theme is weight loss, eating healthy. Why is it so hard to begin with? And we're talking about eating low carb today, okay? And we want to be careful with eating the low carbs, okay? Even if you're diabetic, you don't want to eat low carb, but we want to eat the right amount for your body. So we're going to talk about that a lot more. And so my question that I'm going to pose, I always have my icebreaker question. Have you ever tried to eat low carb? Like intentionally, cut out some things or try to regulate the amount of carbs that you are eating, regardless of what the carb is, okay? And so post in there yes or no if you have ever tried, intentionally made that decision. I'm from this day forward, I'm going to eat low carb and, for a certain amount of time. And who hasn't, honestly, if we're honest, right? Who hasn't tried to cut carbs to lose weight or to prevent or manage diabetes? That's pretty a big one. When I have a lot of clients that come to me when they're first diagnosed and they're in fear because the first thing the doctor tells them is don't eat bread, don't eat fruit, don't eat carbs. And as a result, their sugar levels are sky high and they don't make the connection that it's not, the body's not getting what it needs. So definitely want to be careful with that. So let's jump right on into today's topic. So you eat low carb and the weight's still not coming up. So nutrition, the reality is you got nutrition, you got weight loss, you got exercise, you have lifestyle changes that are they're not as easy as 1, 2, 3. Okay, right? If we're honest, they're not easy as a Google search. Okay, there's a lot of information out there, but there's also a lot of misinformation out there. So we must take caution as to what we follow and who the information is coming from. Okay, you got to think about the source, okay, and what their ultimate goal is. And so if it was, we all would be at our ideal weight. None of us would be on medications. We wouldn't have any stress. Everybody have a normal blood pressure. That's me. There are no diabetes, no high cholesterol, no inflammation, no joint pain, you name it. I mean, we all are good if it was that easy. But clearly it is not, right? And so at the end of the day, it's all about stepping into your highest level of health so that you can lose your weight or maintain your ideal weight, boost your energy levels, and to feel better in the most sensible, I'll repeat that, in the most sensible and enjoyable way possible, okay? And so my goal with today's live is to help bridge that gap. We want to bridge that gap between your struggles, whether it's eating struggles, emotional, whatever your struggles are, exercise struggles, and the goals that you are trying to achieve, not just for the short term. Okay, we don't want a band-aid. We don't want a band-aid. We don't want quick fixes, but for the long term, for life, something that you can do regardless of the storm that is going on in your life. All right. And what better time, no better time to begin this than the week of Christmas, right? Still enjoy your Christmas stuff. So the most common or the number one mistake that, I won't say number one, but the first mistake that people make when trying to lose weight that decreases their energy levels is, drum roll, you're not eating real food. So I'm going to look for some comments here. Okay, so hey, you doing, Krista? She has never gotten low carb. I don't blame you. It's tough. It's tough. So you're not eating real food. So what does that mean? Okay, let me get my banners back right. So a low carb diet is about more than just lowering your carb intake. Okay, so you must replace those empty carbs with real and nutritious food. So it's not about just going low carb. We want to cut out processed foods. Yeah, we don't want to have junk all the time, but we want to replace it with foods that are going to benefit the body. Okay. So, throw away all processed low carb products like the Atkins bars, the keto snacks, and other diet foods. They're not real food. Okay. And they're not really good for you in the long term. Okay. And so to lose weight, you want to stick to lean protein, whether it's plant-based and or animal-based. You want to have the fish, the eggs, the healthy fats, your vegetables. You want to have a balance, all that balance with adequate amount of carbs, okay? And that's different for everybody. That's what's key. So there is some premium gas in your tank. That's what it's all about. Premium gas, not riding on fumes or barely making it, okay? And also those treats like those paleo cookies and the brownies, they can cause problems even though they are made from healthy ingredients, but they should be considered an occasional treat, not something that you're depending on to sustain you for life. So that's really what we're getting at. We want to stick to, the food that God made for us, okay? In its more of its natural state as possible. And so all of that being said, my question is, which which ones are one of your go-tos, or anything on this list one of your go-tos as far as snacks or desserts? So I have on here fat-free snacks, I have sugar-free snacks, I have gluten-free, I have paleo, I have keto. Or if you have something else that's not even on this list, please, I would love to hear more about it. But which of these snacks or desserts do you currently have in your kitchen? Okay, maybe you're not eating it every day, but you have it. Um, and I want to make it about gluten free. So somewhere along the line, gluten free has gotten this tag that it's good for weight loss. But just to kind of, and that's how it gets marketed, like it's this weight loss, thing. But gluten free has absolutely nothing to do with weight loss. Usually, when people say, "Oh, I went gluten free and I lost weight," it's really because they cut their calories. Okay, they cut other things and they just did not realize that they had cut other things. It's not really because of the gluten free aspect. All right, so I see fat free snacks. Okay, I see that. And the thing is, you want to be careful with that because sometimes when things are sugar free or fat free, it's more processed because they're making up for the taste and the texture and things like that. So we have to be careful. I am a proponent of the portion size snacks, like you have your 100-calorie snacks and things like that. If you're able to contain yourself and have those 100 calories versus eating 3 or 4 of them, so you want to take caution with certain things that are sugar free and fat free. There's certain things where those are good, but we just want to take caution. But again, every now and then, it's a good thing to have. Alrighty, so what's the second? Let's talk about the second common mistake that can hinder or decrease your energy levels as far and have you kind of feeling sluggish. And that is you are not getting enough sleep. Okay. So many people do not tie sleep with weight loss, with mood, with food choices, with cravings, but it is all interconnected, okay? All interconnected. And sleep is incredibly important for your overall health, okay? So studies continue to show that lack of sleep correlates with weight gain and obesity. And so this gives us even more proof that, weight loss is not as easy as one, two, three. It's not as easy as a Google search. It's not as easy as cutting out a whole bunch of stuff. And it's not just about food and exercise, okay? It's about the total being, and mind is really the bigger piece of it, okay? And so a lack of sleep can cause you to feel hungry. It can cause you to feel munchy. It can cause you to crave things that you probably hadn't had in years, hadn't thought about in years. It just really can take you to another place and we don't realize it. Yeah, we keep going. We push through it. We know we have things to do, but our body is really working in overtime. And so it will also make you tired and less motivated to exercise and to eat healthier. So a lot of times, sometimes people don't exercise just because they are exhausted at the end of the day, and they don't have enough gas in their tank, and that's very, very, very real. And so sleep is one of the key pillars of health. Okay, so if you're going to let's say you're doing everything right, but still you're not getting proper sleep, you won't see the results. Okay, just like if you are you working out regularly, maybe you're even working out effectively. Okay, I talk a lot about effective exercise, but if the eating's off and then you couple that with sleep, then you're going to wonder, well, why isn't the scale moving? What's going on? And a lot of times that's what's going on. So getting adequate sleep is an area that I tackle first, first and foremost with my clients, because it's the hardest one to tackle. It's the hardest one to really get a handle on. And it's such an important boundary to set for yourself. So it is vital to your success and in order to make sure that sleep is a priority. Okay. And so I am going to ask a question. How many hours of sleep are you getting on most nights? Okay. So, and be honest. um, 7 to 9 is what's recommended by the sleep experts. So that has been pretty studied for decades, that is still tried and true. So I try to strive to get my clients to 7 hours, okay? Because for many people, 7 hours is like it's unreachable. So we want to try to attain that bit by bit, bit by bit. But share with me, are you getting 7 to 9? Or okay, some people are getting more than that. Are you getting 6 to 7? Or are you getting less than 6? So I'm just kind of curious, how many hours of sleep are you getting? And it's surprising, 6.5. Some people say, oh, I'm close. I get 6.5 hours. That 30 minutes, over 7 days, over days of the days, it does add up. It does add up. So it does make a difference. And trial it out. Trial it out for a few days just of getting 7 hours of sleep. You will see a difference in how you wake up. You're going to wake up feeling rested. You may not even need to hit the snooze button. You may wake up on your own without the clock because your body is having a chance to rejuvenate. And that's really what happens when we are sleeping. Our body's rejuvenating, muscles are recovering, weight loss is occurring while we are sleeping. So when things are revved up properly. So think about all of that, okay? And so before I get into the common mistake number 3, I have a question for those who are still on. Are you ready for a free 3-day challenge to kick off the new year? So this is kind of a pre-announcement. And if you are, think about crushing your sugar cravings, okay? We're getting into the end of the holidays. We got Christmas coming up and the new year coming up. So if you post yes, if you would like to get a handle on your sugar cravings and want to crush them and gain control over them. And so my challenges are far from typical. For those of you who have been with me with my challenges, you will have much more in store than just a 3-day meal plan, okay? So tune in next week. I'm going to give all the details on the challenge and how to register. So I'm really, really excited about that, okay? So stay tuned next week for the upcoming challenge that will start after the new year, okay? So back to our regular scheduled broadcast. Our third common mistake that people make is restricting carbs, okay? Let me check for some. Okay, let me go back. I see some comments on sleeping. So I see 7 to 9. Awesome. Now you started doing it. Awesome. 6 to 7. Awesome. So we want to get closer to that 7. It makes a huge difference. But Krista has a baby, so I understand. So getting 6 to 7 with a little baby is great. It's great. So our final mistake, or that's really common, is restricting carbs. So this is our whole topic tonight: restricting carbs, calories for too long. Okay, so it's not a good ideal to have the body in a severe calorie deficit. So I know it makes sense to think we eat less, we lose weight faster, things get in line with our bodies quicker. But honestly, it's not necessary to restrict calories to the point of deprivation. Okay, yes, we need to cut back. Yes, we need to find that sweet spot that is for the individual person, to where their body is getting the needs that they need for day-to-day functioning, as well as losing weight, if that is what your goal is. But shouldn't come to the point of deprivation, okay? Because then that way, now we're hindering weight loss, and we're also impeding, and we're also could potentially cause other problems in our health. And a lot of people don't realize that. So what is deprivation? Okay. And I saw in a post a while ago where this person was doing keto, and they were celebrating, this weight loss that they had. And in that same post that they were celebrating the weight loss, the person said, well, I'm craving pizza so bad. Like, she was craving pizza so bad, in all caps. And one of the many reasons why severe deficits are not good for the body. This is one reason, because your body can do it for a while. I mean, the willpower will work for a little time, but willpower is very short term. And so her body had gotten to the point where she was craving everything under the sun, but she lost this weight. And so my reply was simply, eat some pizza. Because she was like, what do I do about these cravings? And so the moral of the story is, if you're going to have strong cravings that control you on a regular basis, the number one trigger for that is too much restriction. Okay, too much restriction is usually in the form of carbs. And so we will have cravings. Don't get me wrong. That is normal. Don't miss that. It is normal to have cravings, but you don't want them to control you. You want to control the cravings, and that's what it is at the end of the day. You want to have control over it. And so I'll give you this one for free. Willpower will win a few battles. It will, meaning that you can say no a few times to something that you want, something that you used to really enjoy having. You can say no, but over time, you're going to feel deprived, and that's going to kick in, and uncontrollable cravings are going to win the war at the end of the day. So the goal is to prevent the craving from kicking in, because then all bets are off. Okay, so that is the trick, and it is about, it's no one magic, one magic answer. For me, it's several things that I have to do to keep things at bay. And that's the case for everybody. So we always have to figure out, well, what is going to work for you and what is going to work for another person. Okay. Alrighty, so we are talking about, so rate your cravings meter. Okay, so when do your cravings hit the most? Okay, is it in the afternoons? That's very common around that 3-4 o'clock time frame. That's usually when things hit ahead for most people, or they need that nap or something like that. So is it afternoon for you, or is it late night? Maybe it's you come home from work and things slow down, and that's when things kind of hit. Maybe you only crave occasionally, okay? So maybe cravings are not a big deal for you, or you don't have any cravings at all, okay? Or if there's something else, please share, please share. So and a lot of times some people do not stress eat. We have different things that people do when they're stressed. So maybe food is just not for you, and if that's the case, that's great. So put on there no cravings, okay? So I'm curious as to know when people have their cravings. So let me check for some late night around 5-ish. And so maybe that may be a good time to have dinner, or make sure you're having a snack between lunch and that 5 o'clock time frame. Have a snack and make sure lunch is happening. So we want to make sure, that's why it's important to have your meals spaced out a certain way so that you're not getting to a point in your day when your sugar levels dip and then all of a sudden you crash and you burn and you crave stuff. So that's really what it's all about. And so it is important to have a realistic plan to get healthier. That's really what it is all about at the end of the day. Weight takes time. Weight loss takes time. And we didn't get here overnight. So I tell people, don't expect to get out of it in 3 months if you took you 3 years to get here. So you have to kind of take those things into consideration and take those small victories and know that they accumulate and they build up to those larger victories, which is very, very, very important. And improving our health outcomes takes time too. So it's what we do consistently, not perfection, but consistently. Okay. And so put it this way, it takes time if you want it to last, okay? We want it to last. We don't want it superficial. We don't want a Band-Aid, okay? It's a marathon. It's a journey, okay? It's not a 100-yard dash. It's not a sprint, okay? And so that's really, really what I'm getting at the end of the day. And just as a quick recap of those 3 common mistakes that will rob you of your energy, that sabotages your weight loss and fuels those uncontrollable cravings, is not eating enough. Okay, you're not eating real food. Okay, you're eating a lot of processed foods, diet type foods, things of that nature. Eat the real food. You're not getting enough sleep, and a severe restriction of calories and or carbs. Okay, and so like I said, stay tuned. I'm going to speak more about a free 3-day challenge that kick off the new year to help us start off strong. So you don't need to set no resolutions. Just kick it off with this challenge, and that will put you on a good path and a good plan. And these 3 common mistakes birth really the creation of the challenge. And it's designed to help you to crush your sugar cravings and to get you on that path. Okay. So I cannot wait to give you all the details. But if you need a plan or something to follow after Christmas before the challenge starts, then here's something that you can follow. And I'm going to put this in the comments as well. So here's a 3-day meal plan that will kind of give you something to go off of before the challenge kicks off. And I'm gonna put this in the chat for people because I know you cannot copy and paste. And give me 1 second. And so this will kind of give you an ideal of the challenge will have totally different meals, but this will kind of give you an ideal of just what a day can look like. Okay. And in a nutshell, this ebook, it has 3 meals, the easy to prepare, it's an itemized grocery list, and it's a step-by-step prep guide. So if you need assistance in when to prep things, how to prep things, then this will take you step by step if you're not kitchen savvy, okay? And the meals are full of color, full of flavor, and they are satisfying, okay? They're satisfying, okay? And so check it out and definitely let me know what you think. And so in closing, thank you for tuning in for this week's edition of It's All About Choices, Nutrition and Weight Loss. Remember to stay positive, have a positive mindset, speak positive self-talk to yourself, and it goes a long way in cultivating and maintaining your healthy lifestyle and self-care habits that will last for life. All right. So stay tuned. We're going to continue next week on this theme of weight loss, healthy eating. Why is it so hard? And we're going to talk about the gym. Okay. We're going to talk about we hit it hard in the gym. Okay. HIIT, hit it hard in the gym or your workouts, but the weight is just not coming off. The scale is not moving. So that's what we're going to talk about next week. All right. And have a great rest of your day. And have a Merry Christmas. Everybody have a Merry Christmas. And I will see you after the holiday. Bye-bye.